Hello, my name is Cody, and I've had MOG for about 5 years.
Hi, I'm Yvonne. I was diagnosed with MOGAD in 2021.
I'm Olga. I'm from Poland. I was diagnosed with MOGAD 2 years ago exactly.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, otherwise known as Liz, and I've had MOGAD for 32 years now.
I've lost my ability to read. I have seizures now. I have tremors all the time, weakness, fatigue, tremendous fatigue. That happens kind of no matter how much sleep I get. I don't work anymore. I can't physically. Every day is different. You never know. When you wake up, you never know how you're really going to feel.
Living with MOGAD for that long has definitely affected my life because I don't really remember a whole lot of life before MOGAD. I was 11 years old when I first had my attack. I actually did not receive a diagnosis until I was 40 years old. It affects all aspects of my life.
Well, my life has changed, and at times drastically. I can't do half of the things I used to do. I don't have that much strength. So every day is different. And it's hard to predict what it's going to be like.
It has really limited what I can do around the house, and I no longer drive unless it's around the corner because MOGAD basically has affected my vision. Can't walk very far anymore. Numbness in my feet and heaviness in the legs.
My care has changed drastically over the years because first I was diagnosed as pre-MS at the age of 11, then as MS at the age of 19, then with NMO at the age of 25, then finally 39, almost 40, got the diagnosis of MOGAD. My disease trajectory and the treatments that have been available to me and what has worked and what has not has been vastly different over the years. So I'm thankful that now we're to a point where we finally have an answer to what my diagnosis is so we can treat it accordingly.
It's so much is being done with the doctors at Mayo and with the MOG Project, and the awareness is getting out there, and I think that's great. It seems like it's moving faster than I would have expected.
The results of the research that have come out just within the past 4 years has absolutely blown my mind and has made such a world of difference. So to finally understand and have an answer for why certain treatments worked so well for me versus other patients was extremely personally valuable because I felt finally understood.
Things have definitely been progressing when it comes to information, online. I try to follow the new articles and the new finds and stuff, and I'm very much into it because, it involves, me and those who are in the same situation as myself.
Especially when I first got diagnosed. I mean, it's the scariest thing when you get diagnosed and you're 30 years old. Heaven forbid, even when you're 5 or 6, especially moms and dads that want to know more about the disease. It's very, very, very educational on there. It helps. It helped me through my darkest days.
The MOG Project is invaluable. MOG Project is the very first of its kind to support solely MOGAD patients, not just nationally, but internationally. And I think that is very special, very rare, and I'm excited to see what they have in the future.
When I was diagnosed, at first I went through this dark period, I guess, but it wasn't long. I had no idea what MOGAD was. There was absolutely nothing on that condition in Polish. And so I decided to reach out to the MOG Project. Julia was nice enough to make me a representative for the MOG Project, a representative in Poland. And I decided that I would do something good for people like me in my country, who don't know English and they can't understand what's happening. Now we have this brochure that I got to translate from English to Polish, and I got to distribute it. I translated it myself with the help of Dr. Bodek. So now people in this group, this Facebook group on MOGAD, reached out to me. So I got to send them the brochure in Polish, and we got to do the webinar. We still don't know how many people suffer from MOGAD here in Poland. To know that there are people out there, across the ocean who understand you and who don't judge it, who are there to support is a big deal. So that's it. It has helped for sure.
I discovered the MOG project. I discovered their Facebook group, and it has been so helpful. I've met some really incredible people, other patients that I talk to daily. It's just a great place to, put those questions out there of this is what's going on. Is anyone else experiencing this? And it's bittersweet to get people to respond, who really understand.
I would love to see something that repairs the myelin. That is something to me that I think I'm the most intrigued about. I hope in the future that they have, some good new medicines and treatments to repair the myelin, as well as just a root cause of how to treat MOG. And then also for doctors to neurologists to be aware that, of MOG. You'd be amazed at how many neurologists don't know what MOG is.
My hope for the future is, because we've already tried to reach out to, to do stuff for the Polish patients here based on what the MOG project offered. Now the hope is that we will distribute this brochure to every single hospital, so that every single neurologist, every single neurology ward is finally aware of what MOGAD is.
Looking forward, a cure, obviously. Who doesn't? I'd love to see it in my lifetime, but I'm amazed at, just from the time that I was diagnosed, just over these last 4 or 5 years of becoming aware of MOG, so that they will more quickly refer patients to a neuro-ophthalmologist or send them to the neurologist.
My hope for the future is that not only do we come up with proper treatments that are FDA approved and are affordable for patients, but that we actually find a cure. And maybe we can get somewhere where people are not as affected by this disease as those like me and others that have dealt with so many years of invisible illness. My hope is that with the MOG project and this going global, that we will start to see more of an impact on the patient community and preventative care, not just management. Again, to the clinicians out there that have dedicated so much time and research and really decided to make the medicine patient-focused, not just treatment-focused, that's everything. That is everything. That makes all the difference in the world.